Ladies and gentlemen, this is Captain Valen here, and we're here to talk about Game of Thrones, the latest episode, episode 5. And when I tell you this is one of the hardest things I've watched in a long time, I fucking mean it. This was absolutely senseless, and I'm like, part of me is like glad that I was right, because I've been telling everybody for basically forever that Danny ain't shit. I don't like Danny. Fuck Danny. All right, and like, I'm always a fan of being right, but sometimes you don't want to be right this hard. Yeah, sorry. She thinks I'm doing it alone when I'm not. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the only way the mic works. All right, just Papa Squad. There you go.
Squad. What's up? Game of Thrones. So are we talking about this episode or like the previous episode?
No, we're just talking about this episode.
Okay. This episode.
It's fucking horrendous. Like,
Yeah.
this is
What was that about? Like,
this is the most tyrannical thing I've seen in a long fucking time. Like, when a city surrenders and you still burn it to the ground.
yeah, it was super unnecessary.
Like, I thought at first, I was like, oh, she's just gonna go straight up to that tower and kill Cersei.
Yeah, I was really
I was like,
thinking, oh,
you
yeah,
know
she's
what?
gonna fly
That's
up
okay. They
through
can,
there,
you know,
just kill
whatever.
Cersei. Leave the town alone.
But
Nope.
she didn't.
Innocent people are dying.
And when you just watch it happen like that,
And then, like, just willy-nilly, just keep going and going and going and going. It's just, like, by the end of the, like, 5, 10, 15 minutes, oh, yeah, what are you doing? John's like, oh, shit, we're in trouble.
no, it didn't take John that long.
Yeah.
John was like, once people started attacking at all, he was like,
Well, he didn't want the whole thing to start from the beginning, which is
So,
great, but, like...
I'm saying either John or Arya killed Danny next episode, because, like,
I mean,
yeah.
Tyrion might want to.
No, wait, that's right. Who did I say? Grey Worm is gonna kill. I said Grey Worm. Grey Worm's gonna kill John for Cersei. Not for Cersei. For Danny, because that's a threat to the throne.
Yeah.
And since now that she's just his queen.
Yeah.
So and then Tyrion's gonna kill Danny, because that's what I'm saying. Tyrion or Arya better get that W. That's what I want.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's most likely to go be John on that one. He feels betrayed by his lady love.
Yeah, and I agree with that. And he's gonna speak up, and then Grey Worm's just gonna murder him. That's kind of that happens a lot to John. He gets murdered for doing the right thing.
Revenge.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yes.
Then Arya will
Get the
revenge
at
again.
the end, because Arya always
But
wins.
like, okay, gloating about being right aside, like, this episode was super hard to watch, guys. Like, I don't I don't fancy myself a pussy. Like, no offense to those who are, but that shit was like, I was watching it and I was just like,
gore. But this wasn't gore. This is like gratuitous.
This wasn't even gore. This was like literally Danny slaughtering families for no reason. Like
soldiers raping people.
like soldiers trying to rape people, Danny stopping it. Like, all of this happened. All of this happened because Danny couldn't keep her dragon in her pants. And her dragon being like her Targaryen self.
Ego.
Like, they flip a coin, and honestly, this is the first time Danny's been tested when she has real fucking power.
True.
And like,
her first real chance to not be her dad.
Her first chance to show real restraint. And this is what she does.
Yep.
Like, we'll show them our mercy. We'll burn them all to the ground.
I mean, she was raised by her brother pretty much, so it's like hard to imagine her not becoming this way at some point.
No, I mean, trust me, I get it, but I'm not with it, man. Like,
no, it's not cool. Like,
and the thing is, a lot of people are gonna be like, that was okay. Like, I mean, in the army, I hope everybody. I swear to God, if you're watching this, you're like, Danny did nothing wrong. You can go sit on a spiked dildo, like the one from 7 or the crazy corkscrew demon dildo from American Horror Story. Either or, but roughly and vigorously. Because what we just watched is like the equivalent to like dropping a bomb on a city for no reason. Like when you're at war and the city already surrendered and you drop a bomb. You're like, bam.
Bam.
Bah. Everybody's gone.
Boom. Everyone's dead. Fuck you all. You had lives. You had children. You had dreams.
I do like the narrative they created for that family that died at the end, the mom and the little girl, and how they kept popping up to the thing and even ended up saving Arya. And so you're like, oh my god, these guys are awesome. And then
because of this random woman that we picked up.
And she's trying to save that little girl, and that little girl's like, no! And she runs back to her mom, and it's like,
oh. And then we find their bodies. Oh.
And then you see their bodies, and like the horse, like just meld, like.
Oh my gosh, the horse.
Yeah.
So I love how. So Arya had this like white face with red blood, and then the horse was white with red. And then,
it was
they
like
come together, and the contrast between the two is awesome.
Yes, it was
really
beautiful
nice
cinematography, and the fact that she was always like kind of made fun of for being horse faced is
true.
another
she
thing.
Was called horse face.
Yeah.
You're right.
But yeah, like. Just it's so fucking hard to watch. I don't really know what else to say. Like the stuff in the beginning was okay. It was a lot of bullshit. Like the whole
interesting how they did a really good job capturing Jaime and Cersei's relationship.
So fucking good, and it's
the depth of their love.
Everybody, I told you what was gonna happen. Everybody's like, "Yo, Jaime's gonna do it. Jaime's gonna." I was like, "No." Jaime's like I said it in a thing earlier. Jaime's gonna talk all. It's like when you're mad at your girlfriend, you tell all your friends, "I'm gonna go. I'm gonna give her a piece of 7 pieces of my mind, like fuck that bitch." And then you get home and you're like, "Baby, I'm a little upset. I'm a little upset. Now, I'm not mad, but I am. I think we should. It's like it's a whole different feel." And I called it. I mean, sure, he got stabbed up by fucking Vactirian there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was stabbed right through the side, lungs, and potentially
twice. And I know it's not Vactirian, but at that point, he might as well have been Vactirian.
Should have been Victorian.
But anyway, that's not just anyway.
Yeah. Not my griff.
not my griff. Hashtag not my hashtag not my griff. Hashtag nobody's Aegon. But at least he's not Dany. Like, I've been saying this. Like, Dany's fucking horrible. She's my least favorite character since the beginning. And I have friends. My friend Lori, she can attest that I have. She's like, oh, you just hate her because everybody loves her. I'm like, no, because I saw this shit coming. Dany's never been tested. Everything she's done has just kind of worked out for her. Mm-hmm. Like, it hasn't worked out easily, but it's always just worked out.
It is kind of ironic. Like, Dany is alive because of Varys. Mm-hmm. And then she returns around and burns him. And it's like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, don't look at the bigger picture or anything.
Like yeah, if Varys hadn't scuttled her and her brother away, she'd be dead. Yeah. And then this is how, like, she repays it. Don't forget that shit.
She didn't think about that.
She didn't even care about it if she did. Like, yeah. Like, there's no... Exactly.
She
like,
thinks that, like, somehow they got out of their own. Like,
and the thing is...
And he was such a bigger man. He wasn't going to be like, I'm the one who's, like, the reason that you're alive. Here to burn me today. He
just took it like a G.
He's like, yeah. What am I going to say? You're not going to believe me?
I will say that scene where Drogon comes out the black was dope
that
as
was super
fuck.
Good. Nice. I love that.
But
like, dragon, he's gonna burn you. Yeah, that was hot.
But yeah, he says like I've seen more kings and queens than any man alive, and I can tell you something's not right, man. Mm-hmm. And when somebody can say that, like legitimately make that boast, and then says something's not right, maybe you listen. Yeah. And fucking all of this is really Tyrion's fault because
Tyrion is
he did the thing he always does. He backs a losing horse. Like that's kind of Tyrion's thing. Yeah. He gets really attached to something that fucks him over. Yeah. It's the story of his wife repeated in various forms. It's like, true. And it sucks, but it always happens. And this case happened in such extraordinary fashion that, like, I don't know what he's gonna do.
Well, this is ridiculous. It's like,
and the North will never accept this.
No,
Are you kidding me? The North will never bow to a queen like this. Like, they'll die. She'll be a ruler of a rock.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, no one's gonna want her. Are you kidding me? Like she's not gonna rule anything. Westeros wasn't about having some rando from another country show up and be like, I am your true rightful ruler. Like, they're gonna be like, yeah, who are you?
See,
like,
here's the I gotta also mention something about this whole thing. Dorne are a bunch of fence-sitting assholes.
They're just sitting there.
They're just sitting at the bottom,
like,
drinking their wine. Like, all right, but
snake charming.
Keep it up there. All right, we've got business.
You guys have fun with that. We're preparing for the winters coming here as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit, but
yeah, right.
And that's some ridiculous shit in itself.
Like,
but
Tyrion is too smart, too shrewd. Like, the Tyrion from the books would never have followed Dany this far in the first place. So it's kind of like mind-blowing that we're this deep and into it in the first place. That he let it go that far. That he didn't just back Varys. Like,
who you telling?
What? This is the guy that shot his dad in the stomach.
Don't forget that he shot him pappy right in the tummy while he was dropping
like,
a deuce.
Fuck you.
He snuck up on him while he was taking a shit after fucking the lady he loves, though. He murdered her, too.
I mean, yeah. Oh my God.
There was a whole chain of situations.
There was some baggage there.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. It's like, what does Dany have over Tyrion? It's weird. Like,
dragons, that's it.
Dragons.
Like, if she
he
didn't...
has this obsession with dragons.
No, it's not that. He doesn't care about dragons. Like, he just, he doesn't want to be king, and then she wants to be queen, so it's like, all right, cool, let's do that. Like, he's not...
Are you talking about Jon?
Yeah.
I'm talking about Tyrion still.
Oh, yes, Tyrion's obsessed with dragons. That, and, like, the fact that it's not his sister. That's a big plus.
Nah.
She has a claim, like, that's really all it is. Like, she's got a real claim. Not as real as Gendry, but...
yeah, no.
Now that he's a Baratheon, now that he's been made an official Baratheon by I'll say the false queen because she's a fucking psycho, but by
the Mad Queen,
the Mad Queen, Daenerys. But yeah, dude, it is, and that was the message that Missandei left. Like, burn this whole fucking city down. Like, don't spare anybody. That's what the Dracarys meant. Like,
yeah,
and it's just fucking.
Which, by the way, like, I don't know how they took out that other dragon in the first place.
Oh,
God!
God!
Talk about that. That was ridiculous. He gets hurt in the night battle, and then he's healing, and it's like, ooh, look how he's healing, and then bam, he's dead.
Yeah, like, they did it just to shock.
Be like,
shock!
Shock factor.
Like,
look how big our guns are.
Yeah, you couldn't let somebody, like, and the whole scene was basically like fucking what's his nuts firing his dick at Dany. Like, let's just be honest, the angling and everything, it was just him firing his dick at Dany and missing. But yeah, and I was talking with some people in stream earlier. I think Ben the Knee was in there, not in stream, but in VC and Dustin's thing, in Dustin's Discord, and I said, I bet she's gonna pull some like fly from the sun bullshit and just fuck everything up and never have anything like even come close. And I fucking called it.
From the sky.
I was like,
what else is she gonna do?
I don't fucking know. Die. Do you know?
Die.
Not
just
like
die.
If she'd have just done that and like her dragon died, and then do you know how much lives would have been saved?
Sure.
Innocent lives. Like, I don't care if soldiers die. They sign up for that shit. That's fine. That's the soldier's life. All right, but innocent people were just immolated to nothing for no reason. Like, and
they put their swords down, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell."
And then they ring the bell, and then she's like, "Nah."
She's like, "Fuck you."
And like I said earlier,
down to the ground anyway.
We really thought she was just gonna go kill Cersei.
Yeah.
But like, because she didn't do that, Cersei got a death she wanted. If she had to choose how to die, and it wasn't with her children, it would be with Jaime.
Yeah.
Period.
That's true.
And technically, she's with child and Jaime.
I will say that Cersei did not deserve the death that they gave her.
She deserved something worse.
She deserved a much worse death than that.
She got off real easy.
Like, what is that? Why is the worst person ever rewarded?
Yeah, like
That-
what?
That's ridiculous.
What kind of white privilege bullshit?
So yes, if you get pregnant from incest, we'll give you the most romantic death.
And they're really trying to push that. Like, she was like, when Danny tried to kiss John, I was like, he's not having it. He's a Stark. Like,
Yeah,
the
he's
North
like,
don't.
no.
The North don't do that. Like,
You're my aunt.
you know what I
like
mean?
it.
And she's like, well, he's a
No.
Targaryen. I'm like, no, she's a Targaryen.
Yeah,
All right.
true.
He's
Yeah.
a Stark.
He's a
Neddard
Stark.
would not approve.
That's why he's looking around at all these people dying. Like, this does not need to be.
Yeah, dude. I feel like everything he looked at this episode, he's just like, oh,
He's like, oh,
Neddard would
my
not
lady
approve.
love is not who I thought she was.
Dude, she went so
Ugh.
bad, man.
She's off the deep end now.
And like, she still has Drogon, so there's nothing that can oppose her. So like, there's a lot of ways this could just get worse. And I swear to, this is just such a fucking horrible. Like, this episode was just hard to watch.
It was.
I love being right, but sometimes you don't want to be right so hard. You know, like, just make her kill all the soldiers that had given up. That would have been fucked up. But you know, they're soldiers.
But they're soldiers. They kind of sign up for that stuff.
She
She killed.
babies.
She attacked the town.
Pregnant women,
of King's
children.
Landing.
Like,
And then she expects to move in and rule these people.
No.
And have them accept her. I don't understand how she expects this to happen.
20 years
And somehow they're all supposed to understand that this is Cersei's fault.
20 years of Rob Stark. Sorry.
Rob
Stark. I fucked up.
Baratheon?
Robert Baratheon. Yeah, I don't know why I said Rob Stark. But anyway, 20 years of Robert Baratheon has not been enough to wipe away the Mad King.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, don't ever think, like, it's
True.
downplayed in the series, but in the books, he is revered almost like devil, that guy, like Aegon, the Mad Prince, Aegon, right?
Aegon.
Yeah. Mad Prince Aegon, the devil, right there. And it's so underplayed here,
This
but
guy, I mean, this is okay. So like when the dragon was going around and burning up King's Landing, and all of a sudden there were these like explosions of green, and they didn't really explain that in the show. They're just like, look, there's like dragon fire, hoo. But that's those little pockets of dragon fire that King Aegon had buried
to destroy the city.
In order to destroy the city, because he was like, if I can't rule this shit, then nobody's gonna rule this shit.
And I actually really like that, because it's exactly what he was going to do. It's the reason Jaime killed him. Like, people think Jaime's just a Kingslayer to kill a king, but Aegon was about to destroy was about to do what Dany did, straight up and down. That's like, he was going to trigger all the green fire.
Dany probably didn't know that her dad had done that. Nobody knew. Jaime was one of the only people that took that.
And that's because he was kept so close, mostly as a taunt to Tywin. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
he was the King's Guard.
Yeah.
That's why he was so close to.
But again, as a taunt to Tywin. Like,
yes.
So if you try anything, I kill your son.
I'll kill your son. It's like ransom. But yeah.
Really fancy ransom.
Fancy ransom, right? Like, I will give you the loftiest title in the land, but you'll be right next to me the whole time.
But yeah, man, it's just hard to watch.
Yeah.
All right. You got anything else?
I'm pretty speechless. You know.
Yeah,
this
pretty much.
episode
Like
is
this.
just like, let's do the carnage.
Yeah,
and
this
killing,
is too much for me.
And I don't even get the satisfaction of Clegane or Arya stabbing Cersei in the face.
Okay, well, we didn't talk about Clegane Bowl.
Clegane Bowl.
That was actually done kind of well.
They did a good job.
It's purely fan service.
True.
You know what I mean? But they did a good job with it at least. Like, because that's probably exactly how that would play out. He's fighting an undead monster. Like,
it's crazy that stabbing him in the face still didn't do anything.
Probably have to take his head off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. I dismember.
Yeah.
Or something. That's why the fire had to be the final way to go.
Yeah, man. It's just.
Yeah. Which is so ironic because fire
is the whole reason he hates.
What's his? Yeah.
Yep.
The Hound.
It's like, you hold my face to the fire, I'm gonna hold your whole body to the dragon fire.
We're gonna go in the fire together, all the way.
Yeah. Just it.
Say hello to my world.
Right. This was such a hard episode. That's gonna be the title of this video. This was hard to watch.
Hard to watch.
Hard to watch.
Hard to watch.
All right. On that note, this has been Captain Valen and Dr. Rogers.
Dr. Rogers.
All right. Yeah. Remember, life happens in every direction. Let's be prepared. Bye.